Oh man, I just love that intro. Guys, welcome back to Crypto Junkies. We are on episode 4. I'm with my lovely co-host Amir CSPR. What's going on, Amir?
And honestly, I'm so excited to share crypto with you guys again. Honestly, so much going on again. Every single week, there's something going on.
It's
Yeah.
been a crazy week, hasn't it?
Oh, it has. It has. Elections are coming up as well for the United States, so things are getting a little bit heated again. And these candidates, Biden and Trump, they're competing with each other again on who's got the most crypto.
They are
and
indeed, yeah.
Yeah, there's actually a couple of coins as well, like Trump that was pumping as well, right? Because of the
But
Trump
Amir,
campaign.
we'll get into that segment shortly. But I want to remind everyone that's watching and everyone that's live, please retweet the space.
Oh,
I know Amir hasn't done it
do that
yet,
with you
so
guys.
he's going to do it right now. But
Do
guys,
it.
yeah, thank you for tuning in to another episode of Crypto Junkies. We did miss the past couple of weeks, obviously, with Mother's Day, and a lot of people have been asking for us to jump back on stream. So we're back again. We just got a WhatsApp from a couple of people that are watching right now. So what's up, Kwan? Uh, GM or GA, wherever you are, or GN if you're watching in Asia. We've got Jay Cripp in here as well saying, let's cook. We've got the Grok Master here. We'll probably,
Grokmaster.
yeah, we can touch on Grok. We'll definitely give you a little
I've got the
insight.
chart ready, man.
He has. Amy has always got it ready. So we'll crack on with what we've got so far. But yeah, no, guys, it's been an incredible week. We've seen a lot of things happen this week in terms of Ethereum ETFs, something that we've been talking on recently over the past couple of weeks, where we expected the ETFs to keep coming with news. I didn't expect it to come this quick. We were quite hit by the side there with the ETF news. I thought we was going to be expecting an approval probably towards the June side, especially after said that there was going to be delays in April. But we got approval of Ethereum ETFs in May, and a lot of the Ethereum ecosystem coins are starting to pop up out of the blue. A lot of meme coins are running as well, especially on the Solana landscape. And I've got a few that I want to run through quickly. Just going to share my screen quickly with you guys so that you can. Yeah, so we've got a few Ethereum coins and a few Solana coins that are starting to run and hit the market with incredible gains over the
Whoa.
past couple of weeks. This one right now is something that's just launched a couple of hours ago. It's on the Solana ecosystem. And like you said, Amir, with the elections coming up and Trump endorsing crypto donations, a lot of Trump derivative coins are starting to run and do some insane numbers. Look at that. We're starting to see 130,000 percentage in 6 hours. And I did have this coin quite early. I wasn't able to put it in the Discord. But these are some of the things that you should be looking out for in terms of, meme coins. A lot of the Trump coins are starting to run. And this is something that I'm looking at trying to invest in quite shortly. As you can see over the past couple of hours, it's just been going on a crazy run. And it's only a baby chart, as we say, because it's just started.
Still going.
It is, yeah. So if you are looking at something to invest in terms of like the elections, this is the MAGA coin, Make America Great Again. It's on Solana. It's just started. I wasn't able to put it in the Discord, as I said. So I'll be posting this contract address in the Discord after this show. But if you do search MAGA on Sol, you'll see it's number 1 on Dex Screener for Solana, and it is running quite high. Something that we were able to post in our Discord was Kabosu, which was, the Dodge meme. The dog, the actual dog died this week, unfortunately, of the Doge coin. The
Rest in
actual
peace.
dog died. Rest in peace to a legend. And a lot of Kabosu coins started to run and do great numbers. This was one of the ones that we were able to catch. I think it was around 600k market cap. It did eventually run all its way up to 10 mil and 11 mil market cap. So you was able to get a good 20 to 30x depending on your entry. And that was a good investment at the time. Of course, with these meme coins, they do die off quite slowly. And one of the reasons for this is that there was another Kabosu on the base network, which ran all the way to, I think it was like 300 mil market cap.
Wow.
Where, yeah, so now you can see all these derivatives of Kabosu that have come out since then. And that's part of the parcel. When you invest in meme coins, you see so many that do run up, and so many that will fail as well. So if I just literally just search how many there are, you'll see some that have just dropped all the way down to 19k market cap. There's so many out there that are doing good numbers, but be careful on what you are investing in. Make sure you are investing in the right contract address. If someone does send you a contract address, make sure that you have double checked it. And that's the game with these meme coins and the micro caps. Amir, we always say, you want to invest with something small. I always use $150 to $200 when I invest in meme coins. But there are a few people out there, a certain person that does invest over 10k in meme coins, and make 100k, just from investing in a coin like Kabosu, and they actually made a decent amount on one of the calls, which is great. So yeah, be careful with these coins. Make sure that you are hitting the right contract address, as I did say, because there are a lot of developers out there that are starting to drain liquidity out of the market through these coins, and we do call them scammers or rug pullers, and this is one of them. Normie.
Yeah, there's no insurance. There's no insurance in crypto, guys. As soon as you put the wrong contract address in, there's no going back. So you got to be very careful and really observe. And if you do make that mistake, you can always learn from it and move on. But obviously, it's not going to be. I hope it's not going to be an expensive mistake. And that's what we're here, to tell you guys what to do and what not to do. Like, give you guys advice on the mistakes that we made in the past.
Yeah,
and help you guys help set you guys up.
Agreed. Like even something like this is a coin that was heavily anticipated in the market space over the past couple of months. It was the Normie coin on ETH, and realistically, a lot of people were pushing this towards me. I didn't have any red flags with this coin at all. It's a meme coin at the end of the day. And look at that, Amir. The highs were almost 20 cents. Now we're literally
it's gone under the chart.
I don't even know what that is.
Under entry. It's
that
crazy.
Is absolutely insane. So many people lost their money on this. I did see that there was someone that put in a mil into this, and now their mil's only worth I think it's only like $100 or something like that.
No way.
Which is absolutely terrible. And this happened literally over the past couple of hours, actually, where the developer actually took a lot of the money, and then there was a lot of exploitation that was happening with the contract address. And as you can see, I think it did run all the way up to, I think it was 40 mil market cap off the top of my head. Yeah, it ran up to 40 mil market cap, and now it's under. It's at 16k market cap right now in literally a day. 40 mil to 16k within a day. Imagine that.
That's what a rug pull looks like, guys.
It does. It does. Yeah. No, it went all the way up to 180 million, and that was in April, and now it's at 16k market cap. So like we said, with these coins, be careful what you're investing in. If you do make profits, always make sure that you do take probably like 50% or 75%. Amir always tells me to take profits. And that's something that you should be doing as soon as you make a decent amount. No financial advice, of course. I don't want to stop you from hitting a banker that makes you a couple million. But, at the end of the day, with these coins, you have to be very, very certain. So, yeah, that's it for me on the micro cap side. There are going to be a few that we will be posting in the chat. Again, like the MAGA coins, there are so many election coins that are running up. I'm sure there's going to be a few Biden ones as well running up as well. So, yeah, keep your eye out on these election coins, the Trump coins, Biden coins, and yeah, keep it in that micro cap chat. You never know, you might miss another 3,000% of that. It could change your life, maybe potentially. So yeah, that's it for me, Amir, on the micro cap side. I don't know if you want to touch on some of the macros in terms of like where Bitcoin and Ethereum's going, and then we can jump straight into the Ethereum ETFs and some of the nitty gritty details of the ETFs.
Yeah,
Yeah.
actually, fantastic job by the way, Ryan. Ryan's a legend, man. I find these gems, honestly, fantastic work. When I was looking at Bitcoin, I decided to go Picasso mode. So, if you can share my screen, please, Kenan. So this is what I drew on Bitcoin, guys. A little bit. Can you see my screen, guys?
We can.
This is Bitcoin zoomed out on the daily, guys. All right. So what we can see is Bitcoin starting to go. Let me get my pen out and everything ready.
Get it ready, bro.
Obviously, you guys remember the bear market. This was the bear market how when Bitcoin reached a high, which was at about 69K, and it got aggressively sold off. It went for a pullback, and it got aggressively sold off into this ranging area, which I've drawn as a green box. Okay, this area is like an area of consolidation that we went through, and it was very, very tiring to go through that process as well. It was very tiring. There was literally no action in the market, and when you looked at fear and greed chart, I don't have it on me right now. The chart was telling you that the market is fearful, and those were actually some of the best times to start to invest in the crypto and even in the stock market, because those are the times that investors are fearful and they are selling their positions at a premium areas that are like cheap, cheap premium areas, and you can literally scoop those tokens up that these investors are selling and hold really good positions in these areas, and that's what banks and institutions did. They started buying Bitcoin at these lows, and they started pushing the market back up again with these two minor legs, and eventually once price went through this consolidation period, they literally pushed the price up away from this area, this area of range, and I would consider that as the first leg of Bitcoin going up. So Bitcoin started going up here on the first leg. It started ranging again just a little bit. Bitcoin didn't really range for too long. They pushed the price up. They kept on pushing the price up really fast. So it kept on ranging. And then it went for another leg. That was the second leg, as you see from the rectangles, from the blue rectangles. And now, guys, we reached a point where we've closed above the last bull run's previous high. So that last bull run's high, which was 69K, we've closed above it here. We've closed above it. And we've started consolidating. Okay, I've even drew a consolidation box as well in this area. We started consolidating, and we could be potentially going for another leg, guys. It looks like the market is gearing up to potentially go for a third leg. Where would the third leg go towards? I don't know. We call that price discovery. Price discovery is when price breaks out of an area, of a known area that has, tested before, and then it goes into an area that's the price has never been in. The price has never been above this area. We call that concept price discovery. So that's when price breaks out and starts going up, up, up until it reaches a point where the investors feel like that's an area that they're comfortable to take profit at. And that's when you see the market slow down and you see a consolidation happen, buyers and sellers, buying at fair value. And then market potentially goes on a consolidation, and then it goes up again, And we've seen that historically with Bitcoin as well, right, Ryan?
We have
break out like in the last cycle, which was here. I don't have the history of this chart. Is not that doesn't go that far, but this was the previous bear market. This was the COVID crash, and then we had this movement to the upside, which broke out, and we went into price discovery up here, and price eventually stopped at first it stopped at 64K. It fooled everyone. It went for a blow off top right here, and then the official high was 69K. That was price discovery. So 69K became the all-time high for Bitcoin, and it is still the all-time high. Well, it's not technical the all-time high anymore because we broke out of that area. 72, 73K is now the all-time high. Yeah. But once we break that zone, then we're going to be creating new highs again.
That's what normally happens on charts. You normally break the previous all-time high, and then you have a little pullback to retest, and then you shoot off again. So it's part of the parcel, isn't it, Amir?
Absolutely. Yeah, that's what happens, whenever price breaks out, whenever there's buyers, there's sellers, and there's intraday movements on the long-term long time on a high time frames. There's always going to be intraday movements, and it's usually investors say, like people that trade, they say don't pay attention to intraday movements. Always look at the bigger picture. And when you look at the bigger picture, guys, it looks very bullish to me. Let me get if I take all the drawings off right now, it just looks like Bitcoin's ready to go. Don't you think, Ryan?
I do. I mean, this is something we've been discussing over the past couple of weeks as well, myself and you. When you have things like a halving stage where we did have it in April, if you look at previous halving cycles, that there isn't much movement in terms of as soon as the halving happens, you normally get a sell the news event possibly, or you get like just consolidation. And this is something that we are seeing for the next couple of months. I think previous cycle as well, where the halving did hit, there was a little bit of a sell the news, and then there was a bit of consolidation for a couple of months actually, and that's something that we are experiencing right now. So when people are saying the halving didn't do anything to the price, you'll see soon what the halving has done to the price.
But you know what it is as well, Ryan? Because we got ETFs now, we got Bitcoin ETF. Crypto, it seems like it's in the same family as like other stocks. It seems like real investors, real money is now engaging with Bitcoin's price. And we could see potential movements similar to what we see on S&P. And if I quickly go on gold, guys, I was actually going to show gold as well.
Yeah, I think it's more like gold rather than the S&P. I think when you look at it from a long-term perspective, I think when Ethereum ETFs hit obviously this month, and Bitcoin ETFs hit a couple of months back, if you look at when gold ETFs first came in 2004, we did see a little bit of a spike. There wasn't too much of a spike, but it took a couple of years for you to see the initial growth in 2004 when the ETFs hit. And as soon as you see the overall perspective on where gold is right now, we're sitting at, I think it's $10 trillion market cap. So Bitcoin is going to go as far as it needs to go because the ETFs are now here. We've got institutional money, as you said, Amir. I think we're in here for the long run. Short-term movements, I'm not too interested in terms of where Bitcoin goes because I know it's always going to be here. Because I focus more so on the micro cap side, I'm not too worried about what's happening right now with Bitcoin and the ranging. And I know where it's going to go in the future. So yeah.
And as you can see on gold as well, it's already broken out. This is what Bitcoin's potentially trying to do here. It's trying to break out and find price discovery. And that's what gold has already done. It's broken out to this range, and that's what Bitcoin could potentially do here. And it could just break out like gold did, and find a new high. And one other chart that I want to show you guys as well. I want to show you guys Ethereum now. Last time when I showed you guys Ethereum was around, I think it was right here somewhere. And I was telling you guys, I see a trend line here. And Ethereum could potentially go down here, grab some sort of liquidity from the lows down here. And then it can go towards those. And then once it's done grabbing liquidity, it could go towards the trend line and potentially break out of the trend line. I did not think for a second, guys, that the movement is going to be this aggressive, honestly. Look how aggressive that move was with just 2 candles, 2 daily candles, guys. It just moved like this. I found that very, very fascinating. And I think it was mostly because of the ETF news announcement about Ethereum, right, Ryan?
It was. We've been saying it for the past couple of weeks. We've been saying it since we've been here on Crypto Junkies. As soon as that Ethereum ETF comes, there's going to be a drastic movement to the upside. Of course, Ethereum ETFs aren't live yet, but they have been approved. So I don't know if you want to quickly jump to me, Amir, so I can take over for a little bit.
Absolutely.
I can share my screen. Just let me know when we're back up and you can see what I've got on my screen.
Yeah, we can see it.
Perfect. So of course, the Ethereum ETFs were approved. And a lot of people did say that, the deadlines was about to come up. And if they are to be approved, we don't expect trading to happen for a couple of weeks. That is exactly what's going to happen. We won't see the trading go live for Ethereum ETFs for maybe a couple months, actually, similar to what happened with Bitcoin ETFs when it first got approved. Obviously, there was speculation around what was happening with the Bitcoin ETFs, and a lot of people were buying into it. and Bitcoin made its movement up from, I think it was around 35k when the speculation started coming in for the ETFs, and then as soon as it got approved, it made its way all the way up to 50k, and then obviously when it went live, it came down a little bit as soon as it went live because of Southern news, and then obviously a month after it broke its all-time high. I think that's something similar that we will see with Ethereum ETFs. I think before it goes live, we'll see it start moving up and creeping up towards maybe the 4,500 mark. I'm not sure if it will break the 5k barrier, and then of course if it does get near it, we might see a sell the news event as soon as it goes live. Like, it probably might not hit that 5k sell the news as people take their profits because of it's a psychological barrier of the 5k mark, and then as soon as we go live, I think we will start seeing a bit of slow movement towards where it starts gearing up a little bit. What happened with Bitcoin, and then we'll necessarily, I think we'll break that all-time high. Off the top of my head, I don't know what the Ethereum ETF, Ethereum all-time high is. I think it's around 4.7 or 4.8k.
It's not that much.
I don't think it made the 5k mark. I think you can probably check that, Amir, whilst we're on my screen. I'll keep going through what we're going through right now. But yeah, this is something that was highly anticipated. We've been speaking about it for weeks, and if you were here at the start, you should have been stocking up on your Ethereum, because that is something that BlackRock is saying that you should have been doing from the start. If Bitcoin ETFs get approved, of course the Ethereum ETFs are going to get approved. Of course it's going to happen. And this is something that BlackRock is starting to say, where it might not necessarily just be a good thing for Ethereum. We started seeing Bitcoin make its movements back up as well as soon as the Ethereum ETF got approved. So I think Bitcoin will start seeing some positive upsides towards the Ethereum ETF as well. And this is something that I think will be highly anticipated throughout the next couple of weeks, where a lot of people start buying into Ethereum, and they're going to be preparing for when it does go live. And what does that do for the Ethereum ecosystem? It's not just the Ethereum ecosystem that people should be looking at. We should be looking at what happens with the other altcoins as well. If there's an Ethereum ETF, who's to say there won't be a Solana ETF? I'm not throwing it out there that there will be, but no financial advice, of course, but there are some people that are preparing for that Solana ETF to hit. And I think that is something that I personally think it will happen in the future. Some people don't like the Solana network. Ami, I'm sure you've bashed the Solana network multiple times because it keeps going down. And you're a
Solana is not even a network, bro.
I'm not bashing it. But I'm sure if the Ethereum ETFs have hit, I'm sure that there's going to be other altcoins that do hit ETF, and I think Solana is one that a lot of people are starting to look at right now for ETFs. And who knows what happens with Ripple in the end of the day. There is speculation that if there is an ETF for Ethereum, who knows, there might be a XRP ETF as well, and that is something that I think may be viable in the future. We don't know if that's going to happen this bull run. I don't want to say it will, but it might happen in future bull runs. But you always want to be prepared for when it does happen. I just want to take over a little bit again before we jump into your charts. Absolutely. It's something that I have been talking about the past couple of months as well, where Nvidia is starting to lead not just the AI space, it's starting to lead the whole market. Bitcoin is following the Nvidia charts as well. I told you guys multiple times, if Nvidia moves, you better look out for Bitcoin, because that is going to move as well. I think, Amir, we did have a session previously where we was talking about that drop off. I don't know if you remember when AI dropped off, and it was around that 20th of April region, and it did drop down, and Bitcoin dropped down as well. And we were like, what's going on? Nvidia's at $760. What's going on? And Bitcoin went down all the way down to, I think it was like 58k. It made its move back up straight away. It just bounced straight back up, and we're starting to see a rise in the AI functions in the AI sector, and Nvidia broke its all-time high. So I'm gonna say that Bitcoin will break its all-time high soon as well. If Nvidia is moving, and it's broke its all-time high, and it's broke that psychological barrier of the $1,000 mark. I think they actually they've done a stock split of 10-1 actually recently, and I think that's one of the reasons why they are starting to run the way they're running. So I think Bitcoin is one of those things that will be following the Nvidia chart. And then as Bitcoin runs, the rest of the crypto market space is going to run as well. So make sure that you are looking out for AI coins, because AI coins will be running as Nvidia is running as well. And yeah, just make sure that you're looking at the overall perspective, not just the crypto market space. You want to be looking at everything. You want to be looking at the S&P. You want to be looking at what's happening in the gold sector. You want to be looking at what's happening in the commodities. You want to be looking at what's happening overall, rather than just what's happening just in crypto, if you want to maximize your portfolio.
Everything makes sense in the financial markets. Everything happens for a reason, So it's good to always have a good perspective of everything, like Ryan said. That's absolutely correct. And I mentioned, last time, remember, guys, I was mentioning the Bitcoin dominance as well. Before I move on to Bitcoin dominance, I want to just compare every episode. I compare Ethereum to Bitcoin on the weekly time frame.
You want to take over the screen?
Yes, please.
You've got it.
Are you not seeing my screen?
Yep, you've got it.
Okay, you got it now, yeah? So let's compare Bitcoin on the weekly time frame to Ethereum. See how much Ethereum is lagging behind, because usually Ethereum lags behind Bitcoin, okay? But Ethereum seems to be starting to catching up now. It seems to, like, if you can see right now, it looks like Ethereum is starting to come out of this consolidation. It might take a little bit more work to come out. And once it breaks, it's going to equal where Bitcoin is, on the chart. It's going to do what Bitcoin did. So it's lagging behind, and as I said before, it presents a better ROI, a better return on investment, in my opinion, Ethereum, because it's lagging behind. And let's look at Bitcoin dominance as well. I was looking at Bitcoin dominance last time on the monthly time frame, guys. Remember? And remember, we saw that hammer, we saw that bearish hammer on the Bitcoin dominance. Let's see where we are right now with that. Let's go on the monthly. Let's zoom in all the way. Okay. Remember how we had this bearish sell-off on the dominance? Right there.
Yeah.
It seems like the dominance has slowed down, It seems like it's in some kind of consolidation. It could potentially just have a major drop. Let's zoom in more on the weekly. There we are. We're starting to have these type of drops now in the market. So money, basically what this represents is that money is starting to come out of Bitcoin and starting to flow into altcoins now. Whenever you see a drop like this, guys, in the market, that means the money is getting drained out of Bitcoin and it's getting flowed into altcoins such as Ethereum. And another coin that I want to mention as well, because Ryan mentioned AI, is Grok, the king of AI, right, Ryan? The king of AI.
King.
On Grok, as you can see, guys, we've had a bullish week on Grok, and it's very evident from the Bitcoin dominance as well. Bitcoin dominance dropped on the weekly like this, and coins like Grok took advantage of that drop and went up. And if you go on the daily, it seems like price has when the last time we were looking at Grok was hovering around this discounted area here in the orange zone. And I was telling everyone, this is a discounted area, guys. It could be a possible area for you to enter at a discount. And what happened was investors saw this video, saw our podcast, and they started buying Grok like crazy and pushed the price back up to an area that was in high interest for like profit takers. So when price went up, people started taking profits. They pushed price back down to another discount. And buyers came in again. Prices start consolidating, and it's showing signs right now that it could potentially, it could be gearing up for a move towards the 2 cent area, guys. I think if this area breaks out, if we break out of this area, this high needs to first break out right here. This high needs to be broken first. Once that high is broken, I think we could easily go towards the next high. There's some equal highs here as well, guys, equal highs. And we could potentially go towards the equal highs here. Sorry, my handwriting is rubbish, this pen. And that's at 2 cents, okay? And once that area is broken as well, and Bitcoin starts going on price discovery mode, Grok's one of those coins that can just go crazy. Just like how Pepe did, If I show you Pepe quickly, Pepe went on a crazy one.
It did. So I
Relax.
remember when Pepe was at 200 mil market cap, it was just sitting there for quite some time. And a lot of people were saying, we're loading up on Pepe, we're loading up on Pepe. And now we're seeing Pepe at close to around $7 billion market cap. And that's just within a couple of months. It doesn't take a lot for these micro caps to move, especially if there's a lot of like a big community behind it. And Grok has a huge community behind it. It's got, Elon Musk, the biggest meme of the century, pushing Grok. So I'm not gonna say that Grok will be, $10 billion coin or $100 billion coin, but you're gonna at least see a good return on your investment. It just broke the $100 million dollar market cap again recently, so I think that's something that will run up towards the $1 billion market cap in the bull run for sure. But no financial advice, of course. I don't want to give you guys false information or false hope, but I'm pretty bullish on Grok.
Yeah, definitely. Another coin that I want to also mention, guys, that I mentioned last time as well, is Jasmine. Jasmine is starting to look bullish again, and in every coin, like the coins that I'm looking at right now, Jasmine and Grok are the most like powerful coins right now that are in my list that I'm starting to move right now this week. Other coins are just stable right now, like these two have been the ones that have, made significant moves right now in this list. And when we were looking at Jasmine was bouncing off a trend line, if you can remember, guys. And what I told you guys is when price bounces off a trend line, it usually is a signal that price could be consolidating, and liquidity is being built below these lows, below the lows that are bouncing off the trend line, and price has to eventually come down, grab that liquidity, do some sort of consolidation, and then start going up, and this has happened to the T. Okay, so price went under, grab liquidity, and now it's starting to look bullish now, starting to make waves to go. So it's making higher highs and higher lows right now, and it's very, very close, to break out of this area. So if I go on the weekly, if I zoom out, you can see that Jasmine has a lot of potential. It's showing that it wants to just break out like it did here. Previously, this breakout, it only took like 2 weeks for this to break out like that. So if a similar event happens, I wouldn't be surprised if Jasmine quickly goes up towards the next zone, which could be around this area potentially, because I see resistances here, strong areas of resistance here, and price could potentially go towards this area and start to slow down like it did here. It slowed down, consolidated, and it seems like Jasmine could be on the edge right now to make that move. And it's a great blockchain. I mean, I was looking at Jasmine ages ago, last cycle, but and I was very surprised of how low it dropped, from the day it launched to where it is now. It's a massive discount, guys, right now. And once Bitcoin starts making that move to the upside, exactly what happens to blockchains, with certain blockchains. Like we had Phantom, and if I show you Phantom, guys, like tokens like Phantom, Avalanche, let's go quickly to Phantom. I'm going to show you guys first what I'm talking about here before I move on. So if we go to the last cycle, Phantom went on a crazy one, and Phantom is a blockchain as well. Look how crazy it ran, and I wouldn't be surprised if Jasmine does something similar to that, Jasmine could go on a crazy one as well, just go up, do 100x, who knows? Because layer ones are known to make major moves once Bitcoin goes into price discovery, because those are the projects that applications are built upon. Those are very important projects in the crypto space. Blockchains are very important, and a lot of value gets locked inside blockchains. So that's what really drives their movement. And if you look at Avalanche as well, in the last cycle, it made a very similar move. They all happened in January 2021. They all went crazy. That's when a lot of money was printed in the market. Some of the most US dollar was printed during that period. So That's why we saw those type of movements. But I don't know if the movements. I'm very, very. I've been thinking these days that are we gonna see similar movements again? Because these are different market conditions, right? Don't you think?
I do agree with you. Like we're pretty much in the I'd say right now, Amir, because a lot of people haven't really experienced like what happens during a halving. Especially if you missed the last period with crypto. But if you go back over history and you look back over time over some of these legacy coins, you do see a similar pattern on what's happening right now during the halving stage. I think we will start to see some movement towards maybe like. I don't know. I'm guessing here, but maybe just after the summer, just giving it a couple months after the halving period finishes, and then when Bitcoin starts running up, we start seeing the money flow happen where Bitcoin moves into Ethereum, and then Ethereum moves into some of the major caps, and the major caps move into some of the micro caps. I think we're not there yet, but we will be quite shortly. I think we got some time still with some of the major caps and some of the micro caps. I just want to say a big shout out to all the guys watching right now. I think we have over 160 people live watching us right now. So, just want to say thank you to you guys. Just keep retweeting the space, keep pushing it. We're working on a Sunday. Like, who does this on a Sunday? Who sleeps on a Sunday?
Working every day, man.
Crypto's every week, crypto's every day. It doesn't sleep. We wake up at 1 a.m. sometimes to buy coins. We can't do that in the stock market. But thank you to you guys. Just want to give you guys a good shout out. So yeah, take it away again, Ami. I see that you're in SHIB.
Yeah, guys, right now I feel like SHIB is at a discount. No financial advice. When I look at it on the weekly time frame, SHIB seems like it's very similar to Jasmine. It seems like it's made that move within 2 weeks. Look at that, 2 weekly bullish candles. Major sell-off at the top of the movement right here. And if I draw a Fibonacci right now, I would bet my life that we are at least cross the 50% discount. Okay, if I get my Fibonacci from the low to the high, we have indeed. So we are at premium discount right now, guys, on the SHIB. And if I go on the daily, and let me remove my Fibonacci. Actually, on my Fibonacci, I'm gonna draw a golden zone like I did on the Grok last time. So let me draw a golden zone on at the golden discount area according to Fibonacci. So between the 38 and the 23. Okay, golden zone. All right. Take off the Fibonacci. Boom. Zoom in. Let me remove this as well. It seems like, as I mentioned, SHIB got aggressively bought up by the bulls, and it got aggressively sold off, left some liquidity at the top here that could potentially get tested again.
The way you said that, Amir, you said it got bought up by the bulls. I thought you said it differently. You meant the bulls. That's the way you said it.
Yeah.
Sorry, guys.
And then I also see a trend line here, guys. Interesting enough, I see a trend line, and it has got broken. Let me put on the micro bulls and the micro bears. Okay, these are NFA UFC special tools, guys. If you're not in the Discord, I don't know what you guys are doing. You have to come to our Discord. We got some great tools to help you guys identify market trends. And one of them is the micro bull and the micro bears, which are these two EMAs. I feel like I got a lot of drawings on my chart, but it's fine. Okay. Yeah, I'm getting a headache already. And so we got this purple line, we got this blue line here. And whenever you see these two lines get close to each other and they start to move sideways, it indicates that we are in some type of consolidation. Okay, right now, price obviously has bounced off this trend line and multiple times, and now we've broken out of this trend line here. And it seems like price is still not there yet for it to move up, because I see another trend line here, guys. Okay, trend line upon trend line. All right, let me remove this one. So I want to see price go back to the trend line to retest it. and I want to see a breakout below to grab the liquidity from these lows. So there's going to be people that have stop losses below these lows, and I want price to tap into those stop losses, take them out of the action, and then start to move up again. And when price returns to this area, it's going to return back into a discounted area again. So it could present another opportunity for us to get in again and ride the wave. And I think that this has a lot of potential, guys. If Dogecoin looks very good as well. I was looking at Dogecoin as well. Dogecoin and SHIB, they go hand in hand, kind of. Whenever Dogecoin makes a move, right, Ryan? SHIB starts making a move, like they did last cycle, And Ryan actually caught SHIB as well at a very, very low market cap.
I did. I caught SHIB at around 10 mil market cap, and then it ran all the way to 42 billion at its all-time high. So, yeah, we're gonna hit some crazy coins this summer and this year. Don't be afraid of missing out on some of the ones that have already ran. We did hit Pepe as well. I think it was around 10 mil market cap as well, similar. And that's at 7 bill market cap as well. So. Grok, we did get, I think, around 1 mil, 2 mil market cap, and it ran all the way to 200 mil. So, guys, it's not impossible to actually hit 100x. It's just making sure that you keep your eyes peeled, making sure that you have enough money to spend on these coins as well. You don't want to run out of capital for when the time comes, and you only want to use a little bit. You only want to use like $150 to $200. You don't want to waste like a majority of your capital on some of these players, because they will drop at microcap level for sure. Yeah, Amir, you continuing?
Yeah, Dogecoin. I'm looking at Dogecoin because we went from SHIB to Dogecoin. So I went a little bit. I did it a little bit backwards. Okay,
it's fine.
So I looked at SHIB first, and now I'm looking at Dogecoin. And Dogecoin seems like it's ahead of SHIB right now, like how Bitcoin is ahead of the ETH. Dogecoin seems like it's gone through that discounted area period and it's done its job in that. So let's look at it on the weekly. So if you look at it on the weekly, if you look at the EMAs, as I mentioned before, the EMAs right now look like they're widening, like they're getting wider, like, and that's an indication that bulls are in charge of this price action right now on the weekly. And if you go on the daily, it seems like price has already gone through the discounted period, and it's now starting to show some type of strength. So if I get my Fibonacci out again from the lows to the highs right here, and if I draw my golden zone discounted area on the Fibonacci and then delete the Fibonacci after. All right, let me quickly get that template up. It looks like, look at that, the bulls have already taken advantage of that discount. They pushed the price up. They create some equal highs here. They went for a pullback. This was like a 70% pullback, potentially 60 to 70% pullback. And now it looks like they're ready to break that previous high and create a higher high here, go for a higher low, higher high, and break out. And then I expect SHIB to start to copy that movement. And
before you move, Amir, I just want to touch on the demand zone for people that are new to crypto, people that have never seen what a demand zone is or what it actually does. What is that little box that you've just drawn? Like, what does it actually mean? Is it just,
it's a discount area?
Yes. What does it mean?
Okay, this box, this discounted box is based on the Fibonacci theory, the Fibonacci retracement on the chart. So before I drew that chart, I drew that box. I drew a Fibonacci from so this is a Fibonacci retracement right here, this tool right here. Usually investors use this tool to find discounted entries on charts. So what I usually do is I draw the Fibonacci from the low, so from the area where price previously started to move and break out, which was around this area. So I go below that, the first candle on the shadow, on the wick of the candle, and I draw the first initial Fibonacci to the top of it, to the top of the move up here. Okay, and when I do, these lines appear on the chart, and these lines are Fibonacci retracement areas. So we got the 1, we got the 78%, 61, 50%, 38%, 20. Usually the 38% and the 23% are regarded as discounted areas according to Fibonacci. Okay, so when I see these two lines, I draw a box hovering those lines, and then to keep my chart a little bit more cleaner, I don't need the Fibonacci's anymore. After that, I just delete them, and I see the discounted areas on the chart after that. Demand zones, on the other hand, are a little bit of a different concept. I find demand zones a different way. So demand zones, I can show you guys. Let me delete the discounted area here. Demand zones are usually the last bearish candle before the actual breakout. So I would consider this here a demand zone right here. This was an area that price aggressively broke out of. So this was the last bearish candle, right? And this a movement down, right? So whenever I see price break out aggressively like that, this is an aggressive breakout, okay? I draw a box from the top of this bearish candle to the bottom wick of the candle, and I find my demand zone like that. Price usually comes towards the demand zone and retests that demand zone before going up again, because investors usually sell the price off, so they buy at a discount, they move the price up, they take profit, and they wait again for price to reach that demand zone again, and then market starts going up again. Usually there's always a bounce of that demand zone that's created in the market, and that's a healthy price action, to be fair. You see that on all the charts within the financial markets. I use demand zones in the forex market. You know, you can use it on metals, you can use it in stocks. This market is all supply and demand, guys. Keep it simple, guys. Market is supply and demand. Okay, the same thing happens at the top. All right. So before price previously broke out, it left a supply zone for us right here. So let me go on the last bullish candle that was printed before this moved down, which actually left a gap in the market. You see this gap in the market right here, this candle, this bearish candle has a gap here, right here. Okay, aggressive got sold off, it left the supply zone. Okay, I draw that, and price goes to the demand zone, it goes to the supply zone, it goes to the demand zone, it goes to it just moves like that. The market moves like that. It goes from supply and demand. And whenever investors are happy that, you know, they're ready to move the price up, they just break it out of these zones very quickly, and they go to the next zone. It happens all the time in the market.
It does. Thank you for that explanation, Ami. I just wanted to make it clearer for the viewers. We do have 10 minutes left. If you do have some coins that you want to discuss, please drop them down in the last 10 minutes. I just want to take over the screen shortly just to show you guys a few things. Let me know when you can see that screen.
You want to show it now?
Yeah, I just want to take over and just show you what's happening right now. Let me know when it's up. Can you see it?
Yeah. You can
so this is the coin we were just talking about, MAGA. You know, this is how you make 100% in less than an hour, guys. You know, when I showed you the coin, it was around 2.5 mil market cap, where we just had that initial breakdown. And now we've just crossed, well, it just went past 5.5 million just there. So guys, you know, micro caps, they are, you know, aggressive. And like I said, with Trump and Biden actually being, you know, pushing crypto in the past couple of months, you do see some of these movements happen, and that's how you make 100% on stream. Amir, we just made 100% on NFA whilst on live over the past hour. So guys, don't fade the micro caps, don't fade them.
I thought this was finished. You know, when I saw that bearish move to the downside, I was like, okay, this might be over. But it did. If you even zoom in on that area, Ryan, where there was a bearish movement to the downside, look where price touched. It touched the demand zone.
It did.
It touched the demand zone and it moved up. See, it even happens in shitcoins. You know,
it does. Yeah. No. Yeah, it literally came down here. We was live on air when it was coming down here, and we were looking at it, and it just went. Whoop.
Yeah.
literally, whilst we were on live, look. We was on live literally within an hour.
Look at the volume as well. Look at the volume at the beginning, at the bottom. That's the highest volume right now, according to the rest of it.
This is the period that we were on live for, and literally when I showed you the chart, it was like literally here, and it's just done a 2x since. So, guys, Don't
You could have
fade
made
me.
it 2x on stream,
Don't,
you know.
you
Imagine
could
that.
make 100% whilst on stream. Don't fade me, guys.
Mm.
But yeah, no. Are there any requests that have come into?
If there's any requests, guys, I can take them right now, you know, on the spot, man. Just
Yeah,
let me know on the comment section, and I can go through them. I got a big list of tokens here, all the Binance tokens. I got them here, majority of them.
perfect.
Ooh.
If you can probably choose 2 more, then and just run through 2
Mm.
more, and then we'll just wrap it up quickly.
You know that a coin that's really fascinated me as well is Agix, you know, Singularity Net token. It's an AI token, I believe. And AI tokens are just running crazy, like Render, you know, tokens like Render, some other tokens, I don't know off the top of my head, but they're running really hard. And one of the tokens that's fascinating me is this one. Look how aggressive it is, guys. Look, from the moment it launched back in 2021, and it went through that bear market period, it just got bought up very aggressively. It went for a discount, another ranging area, and then once that range was over, the price just absolutely exploded. And that was like at the start of the year, at the start of this year. And look how aggressive this price action was. You know, this is a weekly time frame, so we got 1 candle here, 2 candle, 3 candle, 4 candle. In 4 weeks, price moved 450% in 4 weeks. It just shows you that there's a high demand on this token. And if I draw my Fibonacci tool again from the bottom of this move to the top, if you hear my dog barking, guys, I'm sorry, always the barking. You can draw a golden zone again. Look at that, beautiful discount, absolutely beautiful. Investors came in, they bought up the discount. I see a trend line as well on this token. I see a trend line. So the movement is not over yet, and we could potentially come down to this trend line, retest the discounted area again, and then go up after that. And I see some type of equal highs here in this area as well. There's liquidity above these highs. So I don't think this is done. It could present us with another opportunity around the 77-cent area. And then if that area is respected and Bitcoin goes on a crazy one, I wouldn't be surprised if I see this token go crazy as well, like it did in the first leg here, and go on a second leg and a third leg. Up, just go crazy. You know, who knows? Let's look at Render. Render is on a similar boat. It seems like these AI coins are going to be dominating the altcoin market cap this cycle. Similar concept. It's a little bit more cleaner, Render. It was a sudden type of movement with Render. So it went through that bear market period and it went up. And it seems like price has bounced off a discounted area again, right here. Let's go on the daily. So this is the weekly. Let's go on the daily. There you go. Again, similar concept, but this one has been a little bit more aggressive. It seems like this one is more serious. This one is the potentially the leader of this cycle's the AI narrative. Don't you agree, Ryan? Do you think Render is the leader of this? I was going to say Grok, but obviously that's a joke in it. But
it is, yeah. No, these are the major caps. We're talking about the billions now. So in terms of like real world utility, Render is actually, it has its own real world utility. Grok is, of course, a meme coin. I think when you talk about AI, you need to be able to separate the sectors between meme coins and actual real world utility coins as well. I think, when we talk about coins as well, OpenAI have their own AI coin as well. It's WorldCoin. So there are a few AI coins that have real world utility. I just want to shout out to all of the 205 people watching live now as well. We are about to wrap up shortly, but Ami has done a great job in explaining some of the Fibonacci's and some of the demand zones that he draws up with some of these charts. We've also hit 100% on air recently with just the coin, MAGA coin on Sol. We did call it out when it was around 2.5 mil market cap, and it did just cross 5.5 mil market cap whilst on air. And we also talked about the Ethereum ETFs and what they can do for the future of the crypto market space. Solana ETFs might be next, Ripple ETFs might be next as well. And yeah, AI coins are something that we are looking at for the next couple of months, especially because Nvidia has broken its all-time high. It's just gone past $1,000 in terms of like where it's at. And I think this is something, Render is something that you should be keeping a close eye on if you do have a AI portfolio exposure. So take it away, Amir.
And something interesting on Render as well, the EMAs, the micro bulls and micro bears, are starting to curl right now. They're starting to curl and push down, and it could potentially signal a movement to the downside, a potential move below this trend line, to break out of this trend line, a retest of all these gaps in the market. There's multiple gaps that I see in these candles, and these candles could get retested, and we could potentially go towards the demand zone, and then we could see buyers pick up price like they did down here, and they could potentially push it back up to the $11 area. So it could present us with discount soon, Render.
Oh damn, MAGA just went past 6.3 mil market cap as well now. So guys, if you are in profit and you did take that call, please make sure that you are underexposed from all of these things. You don't want to be holding it all the way through, but if you are in a position, just make sure that you've got a decent amount of profit from it. You've taken your initial investment, and then you've got like a moon bag, as we call it. But yeah, no, I've done everything I need to say. I've said everything I need to say for this one. Amir, I don't know if you have anything more that you want to cover.
I just want to say, guys, welcome to crypto, man. It hasn't even started yet, honestly. Once Bitcoin breaks that high, then you're going to see some real action. You're going to see what crypto is all about. That's when the retail herd starts coming and talking to their friends. They're like, oh, look at Bitcoin. They're going to into the space, and they're going to be the ones that are going to be buying into the market. And we have to educate those people as well. We have to educate them so they don't make the same mistakes that we made. We don't want to see people get scammed left and right, center, because that's very common in this space. Like people giving out wrong contract addresses, like Ryan mentioned at the beginning of the video. You got to be very aware of that. Always check the contract addresses. Always double check everything whenever you send a token across exchange or wherever you send it to. Always double check those addresses and be very, very careful. There's no insurance in crypto yet. It's not regulated. So we have to be very, very careful right now. But at the same time, enjoy the freaking process, man. Every day is a day of enjoyment in crypto, man. And
it is.
You gotta always have fun doing it, man. We have a lot of fun, honestly. It's our passion. We're the crypto junkies, that's why they call us crypto junkies. But yeah, man, it's always a pleasure, guys. Always a pleasure. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Amir. Yep, it's a Sunday. I don't want to take up everyone's Sunday. It's time to make money, but also spend time with your family. Also touch some green grass if it is nice and warm outside, if it is. But here in the UK, it is about 8 p.m. Local beautiful time. So, I might take a little walk outside and get some fresh air, and then get in the car and listen to some music.
It was raining 5 minutes ago. It keeps on raining. Yeah. Raining stuff. UK, man. UK weather. What can you do?
It is. No, thank you, guys. Thank you for joining us on Crypto Junkies episode 4. I'm Remy Rai. I'm with my co-host Amir Casper, and we are out.